Good evening. I am John Haldeman. I am the principal of Donegal High School. On behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff of the Donegal School District, I would like to welcome everyone to tonight's 69th annual commencement exercises for Donegal High School. At this time, I would ask that you please stand and honor America as Donegal Senior Chorus member Lauren Fernald sings our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fantastic, Lauren. Great job, Lauren. You may be seated. We will begin this evening's program with a series of student presentations. It is now my pleasure to present to you the president of the class of 2023, Sophia Floyd. Sophia will be attending Indiana University of Pennsylvania, majoring in nuclear medicine technology, as well as playing soccer for the Crimson Hawks. Ladies and gentlemen, Sophia Floyd. Very good, kiddo.
Good evening, family, friends, and graduates. Welcome to the commencement of the Donegal class of 2023. I am Sophia Floyd, and I have the privilege of being class president for the past 4 years. Before I begin, I would like to take a moment for all of you sitting here before me today to take a look around. Not to make things all sappy so soon, but this will be the last time we will all be together as one. Approximately 13 years, 2,340 days, 56,160 hours ago, we first stepped into our kindergarten class, starting the long journey in front of us. A year ago today, we were eager to finally be considered high school seniors, but that 1 year quickly turned into 1 semester. The next thing you know, it's 1 month until graduation, then 1 week, and now, in just minutes. High school flies by in the blink of an eye, they would say, and they definitely weren't kidding. Suddenly, elementary school field days turned into graduation practice. Days we spent riding around on our little plastic scooters in gym class turned into days of driving our own cars to school. Practicing signing our names in cursive in 3rd grade turned into signing our college applications. We're now worrying about paying for gas instead of worrying about what kind of cool pens and erasers to buy at the book fair. But now we can reflect on how our scooter riding days increased our responsibility now that we're on the road. Our field day wildness turned to maturity, and our cursive writing practice that shaped our identity in writing to now shaping it into our next steps. When beginning to construct this speech, I knew that I just didn't want to share my perspective of high school. We all have different experiences. Some of us don't want it to end, but then there's some of us who also can't wait to get out of here. I asked the presidents of a handful of clubs in our school one simple question: what did high school mean to you? As I read each answer, I want all of you to ask yourself the same question: what did high school mean to you? Zach Carpel, president of Math Honor Society, answered, quote, "High school has been a place for us to grow intellectually and as individuals. Through the directions of our teachers, we have become close friends, strong leaders, and wise scholars," end quote. Michaela Ober, president of Student Council, said, quote, "High school introduced me to some of my closest friends, while also allowing me to connect with teachers in school. If it weren't for the many experiences and opportunities I have been given throughout high school, I genuinely believe I would be a different person, and I am grateful for how high school has shaped me," end quote. Sydney Snyder, president of Debate Club, replied with, quote, "To me, high school presented an opportunity to hear voices and opinions that I wouldn't have otherwise. It is a place where all viewpoints are valued and where we can learn more about what makes us human, beyond what we disagree on," end quote. Jared Mackison, president of Donegal Performing Arts, said, quote, "High school meant the world to me. It brought together people from different backgrounds with similar interests. It gave students the opportunity to express themselves in new ways, playing a major part in discovering who they are. We will continue to carry the lessons we learn through our lives," end quote. Izzy Morrison, president of National Art Honor Society, answered, quote, "High school meant becoming friends with my favorite people and being able to talk to them every day," end quote. Personally, high school helped me learn so much not only in the classroom, but also about myself. It allowed me to set goals and then surround myself with amazing friends and teachers who aided me to accomplish them. Although these answers do not represent everyone, I hope each of you are able to think about high school, how it has helped you realize that who you are is much more important than what you are in your future. Now we are all at crossroads in our lives. We begin to make decisions that ultimately lead us to what we want to do with our future. Throughout elementary school, middle school, and even high school, we were always asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" As great as a question that is in elementary school, when we could answer with anything we wanted, like an astronaut, a ballerina, or a professional sports player, the question became more and more intimidating as we grew up. Back then, our answers were full of creativity. There were no limits or restrictions to our wandering minds. For all of you who said you wanted to be a doctor at age 7 and are now going down a medical field path, I applaud your dedication. But if you were like me and said that you wanted to make washi tape art and friendship bracelets for a living, you know how stressful and intimidating this question would feel. This always made me question if I was behind, that I should have it all figured out by high school. These questions were always followed with what I wanted to major in, what school to attend, how much money it allowed me to make, how many years of schooling. I was quickly blinded by all of this and started to realize that I was too busy paying attention to what I wanted to be rather than who I wanted to be. Sometimes, in all the rush of senior year and graduation, you may lose sight of everything that makes you, you. If you want to become a performer, it is less important for you to win the Grammy and more important that you have good character. If you are an aspiring artist, it's less important to make the big showcase, but more important that you continue to see the beauty in everything. If you strive to become a doctor, it's less important for you to win the award and more important for you to lead with care and empathy. The substitution of one word takes on an entirely different question. Who you want to be is one thing that is completely under your control. At our high school reunions, I don't want to be remembered for being class president. I want to be remembered for the positive influence that I hope I had over some of you. All the way back to freshman year, scrambling the day before Spirit Week to decorate our hallway, until now, enjoying time and Ritas together at our senior sunset. Moments such as these will allow you to create how you are remembered. I hope all of you here today know that you will be remembered for how you treated others, the relationships you created, and the bonds you built. I would like to take one more minute to thank the staff throughout our whole schooling career. Being able to shape us and prepare us for the next chapter of our lives, caring about us personally and academically every day, and teaching us that it's okay to make mistakes. The influence each teacher had throughout the years left a mark on each of our lives that we will undoubtedly take with us in the future. If there is one thing that I hope you take from this today, I want you all to put aside for one moment what you want to be and think about who you want to be. Let's stop spending too much time wanting something to end and appreciate and enjoy what is happening right now. And of course, it wouldn't be a graduation speech without including a well-known artist to finalize our time together. So finally, some wise words from the one and only Drake, and the infamous quote on the back of our shirts. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Thank you. Is it okay if I leave it up here?
Thank you, Sophia. At this time, our senior chorus members will present their senior song, Seasons of Love, from the Broadway musical Rent. The words and music are by Jonathan Larson, arranged by Roger Emerson. The chorus is directed by Mrs. Megan Catterbone. I would now like to present to you this evening's student speakers. Our first student speaker is our valedictorian of the class of 2023, Emma Myers. I am pleased to announce that Emma will be attending Thomas Jefferson University, majoring in biochemistry. Ladies and gentlemen, Emma Myers. All right, kiddo, good luck. You're going to do great.
There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. Some of you may recognize these lyrics from the Rocky IV soundtrack. However, if you're my dad, you will recognize these lyrics from the only CD that has ever played in your car. This song has been a personal anthem of mine for many years, a constant as it played before every big moment in my life. Beginning with basketball games when I was little, then cross-country meets as I got older, and swim meets all the way through. As I listened to this song again in preparation for this speech, I realized I'd mistakenly been focusing on the wrong message. The success after the trials of hard work, instead of noticing that before Rocky found his way out, he first needed to realize that he was lost. Really, there are no better 9 words, there's no easy way out, there's no shortcut home, to encapsulate our journey. It recognizes both the immense sacrifice and the missteps we have already made, and those that we will inevitably continue to make along the way. There will undoubtedly be times in your life when the path ahead of you seems too dark to traverse, or when there seems to be no path ahead of you at all. When the path is unclear like this, it's easy to search only for the light that will guide us beyond the darkness of the present moment. However, there are no more important times to put aside our fear and to reflect not upon what comes before us, but instead to look at the people beside us and to look within ourselves. We must try to see these times as opportunities to cultivate relationships within our lives and allow us to prove our own resilience to ourselves. Many times in my life when I felt lost, I was dissatisfied with my stagnance. I now see that while I was stuck, the people beside me in those moments encouraged me to reconsider my route instead of recklessly forging ahead. Once, while running a section championship cross-country race alongside my best friend, I found myself blindly following her the wrong way until another teammate screamed from behind us, "That's the wrong way!" We could have panicked and blamed each other. We could have ignored the shouting from our teammate. We could have walked back and given up the opportunity to repeat our section championship. But in that moment, we thought not about the work that we had done and what was at stake, but rather each other and how we could find comfort in weaving back through all the nearby runners to make our teammates proud and to know that we were capable of winning regardless of a setback. Though more than the accolade, I remember the panic and the laughter and the relief I felt in having her by my side, even when we were lost. In another instance, I went for a bike ride with my cousin during a camping trip with both of our families. We found ourselves separated, terrified that we had lost each other and wouldn't find each other again in the massive lake goers just a sidewalk away. Stuck in this fear, she walkie-talkied our dads to tell them that there had been an emergency, raising the alarm that I was probably dead. Only for me to round the corner moments later. Relieved, but not wanting to get in trouble for the false alarm, she pushed me off my bike. Though the cuts are long faded, and I don't remember the worried voices of our dads as they ran to us, I will never forget having her by my side in that moment, as I laughed harder than I ever had, examining the brush burns on my legs from the fall, and feeling that in uncertain times, I have people in my life that will call for help on my behalf and pick me up when I have fallen, even if they push me down in the first place. Even though these are silly examples that worked out just fine, all of us will soon be coming up on many moments of uncertainty. It would be unwise to diminish the value of these uncertain moments. When you are tested in this way and you reflect upon these moments, you cannot allow yourself to be lost in the heartbreak, but rather the strength that you have garnered from these very times. Remember to look to those who were beside you, knowing they'll offer guidance and help when dark times come again. These relationships are far more important than any achievement or accolade you can or will attain at the end. Prioritize these relationships above end goals, for they are always far more meaningful. Our relationships have sustained us through these last 4 years and will continue to tether us to something tangible when darkness clouds our vision. In these times, we may tend to dwell in self-doubt or even self-loathing, thinking we are stalling and not making forward progress. However, we should not look to these times for forward progress, either in the form of our next best idea or next personal triumph. We must look inward in these times and find strength in the present moment. All of us have seen our peers be denied the role that they wanted in the spring musical, fail an exam that they felt confident about, lose someone close to them, struggle to find people that supported them, be denied an opportunity that they thought they deserved, or make choices that we couldn't stop them from but knew that they would later regret. These moments are the darkness that flood our paths, the moments that force us to search for the light in our close friends and family, and own our own resilient nature. But they are also the times that teach us the most about ourselves. We are led astray in these times, but must accept the feeling of being lost for what it is, an opportunity to sit in the discomfort of our hard feelings, and know that to find a way out of the darkness, you first must face it. This uncomfortable feeling may be familiar as we consider our next steps. Graduation is often a hopeful time when we look to the future to understand how we will find success and defy the expectations that have been set for us. But in our hope, we often disregard the many moments before the end result that prove to us the value that we hold and the strength that we have. So look at what you have accomplished, what you are capable of accomplishing, and the moments in which you were lost in between to see how far you have come and how much resilience you have. Remembering not to dwell too long in either the accomplishments of the past or the intangible wishes of the future. Much of life resides in the in-between moments when you are lost, when everything around you seems unclear and following your own intuition blindly seems an impossible feat. The ambitions you listed in the yearbook will shift, your priorities will change, but what will remain constant are the relationships that you have formed and the strength you have found within yourself. So in the words of this timeless anthem that my dad and I share, we must not waste this time thinking about what might have been or thinking about what used to be. Instead, we must find gratitude for our relationships and be mindful of the power of our own inner strength. Many of you will attend medical school or law school, will join a branch of the armed forces, will inspire audiences with your art, will excel in your chosen career, or become expert in your trade. Along the way, you may follow a route that you couldn't imagine possible in this moment, but whichever way your future goes, make time to be lost. There may be nothing more important than taking time to have nothing figured out. You will become lost and possibly find yourself again, though maybe you won't. But either way, this will not change those people who continue to walk with you or the strength that you have found in these times. To find the triumph in these moments, what legacies like Rocky so often portray, we should lean on each other, consider our own strength, and find contentment in the present moment, rather than looking only to the future. Then, like Rocky, you must continue to rise to the occasion when you must, enjoy the moments in between when you can, and remind the people in your life that continue to support you that you love them often. Because time goes by faster than you may expect, and at the end of the day, it will be unbelievable how you give into the hands of fate. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma, and congratulations. Our second student speaker this evening is our salutatorian of the class of 2023, Sierra Hauk. I am pleased to announce that Sierra will be attending Ithaca College, majoring in biochemistry, as well as swimming for the Bombers. Ladies and gentlemen, Sierra Hauk. All right, knock 'em dead, kiddo.
Sorry, I have a cold. Sorry. A bit after I entered high school, I learned that, like most high schools, everyone in our grade was given a class rank based on our academic performance. I also learned that the top 2 individuals in the grade delivered speeches at graduation. Immediately after learning this detail, I began devising a plan to be ranked outside of the top 2 in the grade so I would avoid presenting a speech in front of a large crowd. Long story short, just like how in kindergarten, after a terrible day, we all vowed to our parents that we will never again step foot in a school building, this plan clearly failed. Because we are all graduating, and now you have to listen to a speech given by me as I continue to talk obnoxiously fast. Although I know part of my desire to avoid being in the top 2 was to avoid having to do what was basically an extra homework assignment, I also know that the main reason I did not want to deliver this speech to you today was because it didn't feel right. In high school, we were required to take 4 English classes. After reading any story in an English class, you discuss the main character of that novel. This discussion makes sense. Why would you talk about a character that only exists on the sidelines while the main character is going on crazy adventures. That is why I never had any desire to give a speech on graduation, because in the story of the class of 2023, I feel as though I am a side character. I spent the last 4 years so focused on my grades that I missed out on some of the best parts of high school. I miss the friendships that could easily be made because even if you haven't talked to the girl in your history class for the last few years, you remember that one time in 6th grade when she beat you in a jump rope contest. I miss the moments of teenage rebellion that actually ended in sitting in a random parking lot complaining about having to dress up the next day since you were part of the basketball team. With everything I missed, my high school journey looks different from many others. This created a big problem for me while planning what I was going to say, because this speech should not be about me. It shouldn't be about my stories or the random pieces of advice I read on a poster hanging in the high school hallway. This speech should be about everyone around me, because this is our graduation, not just my own. So right now, I'm going to share all of the advice that I have learned from you, every member of the class of 2023. Never be afraid to scream at the top of your lungs, especially for something you believe in. Although there are many different moments I can draw your attention to that taught me this important lesson, the memory that stands in the back of my mind is our freshman year pep rally. Even though we quickly embarrassed ourselves when yelling in order to get the spirit stick, that did not stop us from yelling at the upperclassmen. Screams of seniors, seniors, seniors tumbled from our lips as we worked to show the upperclassmen that we could hold our own ground. We may not have been very loud or organized, but we were dedicated to sticking together to show them who the class of 2023 was. Through high schools and the friendships I have made, I learned another valuable lesson. Do not purposely discredit yourself to fit in with others. Over the last 4 years and during the next stages of life, we will all have the desire to fit in, sometimes so much that we hide the talents that make us all unique. From pretending to be bad at sports or to lying about a grade you received in order to fit in with your classmates, we have all discredited ourselves in order to be more liked by others. However, all of these small actions prevent people from acknowledging how talented you are and celebrating your many accomplishments. Whether that be in graphic design, kicking field goals, quoting random English books, or being a loyal friend. Remember, talent is not only determined by scores on a multiple choice exam. While we often celebrate talents individuals have in the classroom, we sometimes miss celebrating the other amazing skills individuals in the class of 2023 have. Our grade is filled with outstanding athletes, fantastic actors, talented artists, and powerful singers. Not only do these individuals excel at many things I would embarrass myself if I tried, they manage to do all this while still understanding various subjects from math to English. I would like to formally thank every member of our grade for constantly inspiring us and providing us entertainment on school nights throughout the year. From the minute I stepped foot in high school, I was so focused on getting good grades, I would rarely do anything other than study. This year, while taking a class filled with very unique personalities, I was told that school is not that serious. Even though this upset me to hear at the time, I have grown to realize, in general, life is not that serious. No matter how stressful a moment in your future may be, it is always important to remember that just like all the stressful nights in high school, you will find a way to overcome this challenge, and later in life, you'll probably laugh at how dramatic you were. Since life truly is not that serious, remember to take risks and try new things. While there are many more lessons that I learned from my fellow classmates, I wanted to share 2 lessons that I learned myself in high school with all of you. The first lesson being, do not place yourself in a box. While it is very easy to follow the path in front of you and simply work to meet the expectations of those around you, life is much more meaningful if you present yourself as the one-of-a-kind person that you truly are. In every high school movie, the cafeteria is split up into very stereotypical groups. While I do not think our school is as cliche as a Disney movie, many individuals fall into the roles established before them. In order to properly grow in the future, I encourage you all to work to try new things and surprise yourself with how different a person you become when you are not limited by others. My last piece of advice is relatively simple. Do not be like me, a side character stuck working desperately on a random puzzle while the main characters are in a parade to celebrate their accomplishments. For the last 4 years, I have missed getting to know many of the amazing people staring back at me right now. I was so determined to win at high school and get the best grades I possibly could that I missed out on the most important memories of high school. I miss bonding with a group of people who automatically understood me better than anyone I will encounter for the rest of my life. I miss being able to ask people to hang out in the parking lot of a random gas station, since there are not a lot of fun places to visit around here. I miss playing the song Here Comes the Sun out loud, and everyone around me commenting that this was a song we, listened to on the announcements in primary school. I miss discovering that the kid sitting next to me for all my life was actually really good at tennis. I spent so long worrying about assignments and due dates, I missed out of feeling like a member of our family, the class of 2023. While I'm not suggesting that during the next phase of your life you ignore all the work you have to do, we all still have to be functioning members of society, I want to encourage everyone to diversify the time you have. Instead of spending hours watching TV or locking yourself up in the library for days, you should try to spend some time hanging out with friends, some time completing work or assignments, and some time relaxing at home. Over the past few years, we have all learned so many valuable lessons, some from our parents, some from our teachers, and some from each other. Through every lesson, we have come closer and closer to this moment, when we grow up, graduate, and have to say goodbye to each other. Over these last 4 years, we have all managed to affect each other in some way, whether big or small. Without each person graduating across the stage, we would not be the class of 2023. So from the bottom of my heart, goodbye, class of 2023, and thank you for all the memories.
Thank you, Sierra, and congratulations. Now it is my pleasure to announce several academic awards. Our first award this evening is the Mountjoy Lions Club Valedictorian Award. This award is presented to the highest ranking student in the class in scholarship. The recipient of this award is Emma Myers. Our next award is the Marietta Charitable Trust Salutatorian Award. This award is presented to the student second highest in scholastic rank. The recipient of this award is Sierra Hauk. The next award recognizes a student enrolled in a program at the Lancaster County Career and Technology Centers. The Mountjoy Lions Club Career and Technology Valedictorian Award is presented to the graduating Donegal senior who ranks first scholastically at the Career and Technology Centers and has exhibited qualities of leadership and service. The recipient of this award is Kylie Koenig. Kylie will be attending Arcadia University in the fall and will be majoring in pre-veterinary medicine. Congratulations, Kylie. The last award that I have the honor of announcing this evening is the Madeline G. McDaniel Memorial Award. This award is given in honor of the memory of Madeline McDaniel, who was the grandmother of Morgan and Abigail Lay. Morgan and Abigail graduated third and fourth, respectively, in the Donegal High School class of 1994. The award is presented to the senior who has the third highest ranking grade point average in the graduating class. This year's recipient is Sydney Snyder. Sydney will be attending Texas Christian University on a full academic scholarship studying graphic design. Congratulations, Sydney. At this time, I have the honor of recognizing both Jeanette Billabok and Alice Lumia. Jeanette and Alice, could you please make your way to the stage? We had the privilege to have Jeanette and Alice spend this last school year with us as exchange students. Jeanette is from Romania and Alice is from Italy. They joined our Donegal family this past August and were both hosted by the Snow family. This evening, we would like to present both of them with a flag of the United States, which was flown over the United States Capitol. The flag is being presented on behalf of U.S. Senator Bob Casey. Dr. Lausch, Mr. Overlander, school board members, faculty members, parents, relatives, honored guests, at this time, it is my pleasure to present to you the class of 2023. Before I take the time to formally address the class of 2023, I would like to recognize several groups of people. First, our DHS faculty and the faculty of the Donegal School District, for all you have done to teach, motivate, guide, and mentor this year's graduating class. Next, to my administrative assistant, Mrs. Larissa Shaver, for her efforts in helping organize all the events of graduation. Third, my high school administrative team, Assistant Principals Mrs. Heather Hairhauger, Mrs. Nicole Roberts, and Director of Athletics and Extracurriculars, Mr. Frank Hawkins. I wanted to express my sincere gratitude to them for their support throughout this school year. Next, our entire Donegal High School and District maintenance and custodial crew who helped prepare our facilities for this evening's events. Also, Mr. John Coleman and his tech crew for the efforts to produce tonight's ceremony. And finally, to the parents and guardians of our graduating seniors. I would like to personally thank you for your support for the last 4 years here at Donegal High School. Graduates, could you please stand and join me in a round of applause for all those I have just mentioned. Thank you. Seniors, for the last 4 years, I believe I've told you that your class was special. Tonight, I have the privilege of addressing you as your class as the first class which I've been the principal for the entirety of your high school career. Who would have thought we'd be standing here after the way our journey started the first year back together in the 1920 school year? While I don't want to relive that part of our time together, it certainly made us appreciate the time we get to spend with each other here at school. I truly did struggle to decide what to talk to you about during our final time together tonight. In prior graduations, I've spoken about legacies you leave behind or traits of leadership. However, after our journey we've had these last 4 years, with much of our collective efforts focused on how to succeed and how to enjoy our time here at DHS, I decided to speak to you about two things: success and happiness. You all likely want to achieve success and happiness. Some of you may even think one produces the other. Perhaps others of you would just settle by getting by. But for those of you who have aspirations of being successful and happy, here's a few pointers and what I've figured out along the way. First, success. I don't think there's one of you out there sitting before me that doesn't want to be successful. But what that means may be different for each of you. Perhaps that means monetary worth, or prestige, or fame, or maybe having social influence. No matter how you define what success means to you, you should know by now that achieving it takes some effort. No one is going to give you loads of money or bestow upon you prestige or designate you as influential. Success, for the most part, is earned. But how? Here are a few tips. First, never stop having the desire to learn. It doesn't stop here, guys. Knowledge is power, and the willingness and desire to learn new things will lead to success. Secondly, accept failure. As President Barack Obama once said, you can't let failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. You have to let them show you what you should do differently. So don't be afraid to fail. I'm going to clue you in on a secret. You are going to fail. It's how you react to failure that will determine your success. The third tip is to force yourself to do things you don't want to do. It could be as simple as just getting out of bed. I once heard the great Michael Phelps talk about the greats. These are people who have achieved great success in their fields. And he said, the greats do things when they don't always want to do them. And that's what separates the goods from the greats. Do you know those people who are just great at doing things and they look like as though they were born to succeed? They're most likely the ones that are putting in the work behind the scenes. They're forcing themselves to do the things they don't want to do in order to be successful. And when it's time to shine, they really make it look easy. You too can be successful at whatever you choose, and if you put in the work, you will make it look easy. Now let me focus on happiness. Just like success, happiness may look different for all of us. Some of you, this may be selfish pursuit of being able to do the things you want to do. For others, happiness may be taking the form of making those around you happy. Happiness may be adventures and excitement to some of you. Others, you may get your happiness from the comfort of close friends and family. No matter how you define happiness, here are some surefire ways to acquire it. First, serve others. Well-known author John C. Maxwell once said, the happiest people are not always the most successful people, but they are the ones that serve the best. If you will help people get what they want, you will receive anything and everything you need in life. Simply put, good people do things for other people. I will repeat that. Good people do things for other people. And often, the feeling of being needed and being helpful and being appreciated provides more happiness than you could have imagined. Next, don't compare yourself with others. Be happy with who you are. Sure, you're not perfect. No one is. And that's those imperfections that make you unique. In fact, maybe something you consider as an imperfection is what makes you attractive to someone else. As teens and young adults, you are often your own worst judge and critic. Don't be. The world is tough enough. Learn who you are, embrace who you are, and be happy with being you. And lastly, look for inspiration. Find something you're passionate about and that inspires you. The sources of inspiration are all around you. Your inspiration may come in the form of creative outlets, or it may be in the form of physical activity. Either way, having something that inspires you helps provide a positive outlook and happiness. So there you have it, success and happiness. How do we find the right balance of these? You can't be everything to everyone all at once. If you're so focused on achieving goals, you may be doing so to the detriment of your own happiness. But if you're only working towards being happy in the now, you may be sacrificing success that will pay off in the long run. The goal here is to try and figure out the right balance. And that balance may teeter like a seesaw over time. There may be times you should devote more energy to the pursuit of success, and times you should devote more energy to the pursuit of happiness. Here it is, folks. The hard thing about life is that it doesn't come with an instruction manual. And how could it? Life is dynamic and ever-changing, but these words of advice that I have just mentioned are a few things that can help you navigate through it. Class of 2023, I congratulate you on reaching this milestone, and I wish you the best in your pursuit of the balance of success and happiness. Remember, I love you, and you will always be a member of our tribe. Now, Dr. Lausch, I would like to present to you the members of the Donegal High School class as candidates of graduation.
Good evening. I would just like to reiterate something Mr. Haldeman was talking about. I've been to a lot of graduations around this county and outside of this county, and you don't see what we have on this field in terms of our staff, our board members, and even retirees that come back because they love your kids so much. So if we could we just give them another round of applause for their dedication? And also, class, raising kids is hard. And if you're honest, some of you were harder than others to raise. So please, one more time, give your family and friends in the stands a round of applause. So I'm going to be brief because really where you want to be is up here. And I'm going to talk to you, though, briefly, and I'm going to tell you about my drive to work. It's a short drive. It only lasts about 7 minutes. But the end of my drive to work is the best part of my drive to work, because I get to turn in over here at the Donegal Primary School and see the message board. The message on that board changes just about once a month, but there's a recurring theme every time, and it's demonstrating kindness towards others. And I've been reflecting on that theme quite a bit recently, because it seems that recently in our society, the simple act of kindness is becoming more and more scarce. As a result, I have a challenge for each of you in front of me. I challenge you to choose kindness. Don't be the person that hides behind a screen and tweets or texts or snaps unkind words. Don't say unkind words to another person just because their opinion, dreams, or goals don't align with yours. Rather, be the person that extends the helping hand to others. Be the person who encourages someone toward their dreams. Be the person who's willing to listen to that friend or coworker who just needs to talk. And don't do it because you have to. Do it because it's the right thing to do. It's empowering to tell someone that they are seen and appreciated. Plus, you never know when that one simple act of kindness might be the thing that makes a significant difference in someone's lives. I also need to tell Sophia, I swear I did not, I know you're over here somewhere, I can't see you. There you are. I did not copy this from you. It's right here. I fully believe that who you are and how you treat others is way more important than any job or path you take toward adulthood. Go out and show the world what Donegal students are made of. And as I've read on the Donegal Primary School message board, spread kindness like confetti. Thank you. I offer each one of you my sincerest congratulations. I'm so proud of you. But there's one more thing I have to say, not to you, but to Mr. Overlander, the president of the Donegal School District Board of Directors. Mr. Overlander, by the powers vested in me as a commissioned officer of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby declare before all persons assembled this evening that these members of the Donegal High School class of 2023 have met or exceeded all the requirements established by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Board of Directors of the Donegal School District to become recipients of a high school diploma. It's with excitement and pride that I state the class of 2023 is ready to graduate.
Thank you, Dr. Lausch. I'll keep my comments brief. I told Dr. Lausch I would try to be 2 or 3 minutes, definitely less than his 5 or 7 minutes. On behalf of the Donegal School Board, I'd like to welcome all of you to our graduation ceremonies for 2023. Tonight marks the end of each student's 12-year journey through their undergraduate educational experience. As a graduate of Donegal myself, class of 1990, so much has changed over the years since I walked through these halls at Donegal. Our Donegal, the old Donegal High School is now our junior high. The stadium where we are sitting used to be a field, and we used to have a farmer who in the field grow corn here when I became a school board member in 2007. We also, at Donegal now, this year we had a bowling team. Next year we're finally going to have a golf team. So progress has occurred over the years at Donegal. I'd like to congratulate each student in achieving this milestone in their lives, and I'm glad each student here tonight will be a fellow Donegal alumni in a few short minutes. The Donegal School Board would like to thank all the teachers who have helped each student in getting to this place in their educational journey. And at Donegal, as we all know, we have wonderful teachers, great administration, support staff, and yes, we have great students as well. As you leave Donegal this evening for your final time, I'd like just to leave you something to think about from one of my childhood idols and sports idols. It's a quote from Michael Jordan when he was being interviewed for the Hall of Fame. He said, "The key to success is failure. Failure made me work harder and harder in my life's journey. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why in the end, I ultimately succeed." I'd like each of you to take that with you and remember where you came from. As a graduate of Donegal, don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to fail at something in your careers. Take risks. Try new adventures. And as a former Donegal principal, Mr. Felix, who was also my social studies teacher and defensive backs coach way back in the day, said one time, remember, once you're a Donegal Indian, you'll always be a Donegal Indian. Congratulations, graduates.
At this time, we will announce the graduates for the Donegal High School class of 2023. Announcing the graduates will be Sophia Floyd, the class of 2023 class president, and Michaela Ober, the student council president. We would ask that you please hold your applause until all graduates' names are read to ensure that families and students have the opportunity to hear each graduate's name read aloud. We can step up in front here. All right, there you go, ladies. Wait till they get lined up and then we'll be ready to go.
Sounds good.
All right, good luck.
Just stay with you. My water's back there in the picture if you want some. Am I good, do you think? Okay. Emma Paige Myers. Sierra Grace Hauk. Michaela Cherie Aki. Alessio Pietro Amato. Oh, I forgot. Jose de Jesus Aguilera Corona. Alicia Marie Archer. Madison Jaden Arroyo. Daniel Baez Sagara. Marley Catherine Ballard. Michaela Ann Bantam. Pierre Day Barback. Landon James Bachman. Nathan Richard Beck. Dylan Cole Becker. Emiliano Bernaldez Santos. Kara Mackenzie Biesecker. Jeanette Billybock. Braden Seth Curran Beisline. Gabrielle Elizabeth Blake. Zoe Skylar Bleacher. Landon Isaiah Bowl. Brody Shaw Bonham. Austin Jeffrey Chester Bowers. Bryson Cole Brackbill. Alexander Owen Brandt. Melina Elaine Brazil. Delton Vincent Brixius. Hope Elizabeth Bronikowski. Jaden Lore Brooks. Nikolai Wilbert Brotzman. Drew Ellis Browse. Aaron Edward Brown. Anna Kate Brubaker. Sydney Elizabeth Brubaker. Haley Deborah Burns. Alyssa May Burry. Aaliyah Geneva Cannon. Ivan Cardenas. Riley Thomas Carroll. Skylar Eric Cochran. Sean James Cooper. Keegan Parker Coate.
Jesse Crump. Jennifer Allison Day. Andrew Stephen Delich. Grace Michaela Dickinson. Alyssa Lynn Dommel. Dakota Michael Dupler. Eric Thomas Edgen. Kensington Mariah Edmond. Robert Peter Eichmann. Alexander Lee Eisenberger. Kenneth Allen Engel. Gavin Paul Eshelman. Caden Russell Evans. Jaden Gregory Fabian. Emily Claire Fazig. Jasmine Faria. Lauren Grace Fernald. Ray Faree. Noah Benjamin Fitz. Sophia Elizabeth Floyd. Patrick Douglas Ford. Brianna Nicole Taylor Fortson. Jamai Amir Franco. Gannon Mark Frank. Aiden Riley Frey. Allison Renee Fry. Emily Ann Furman. Emily May Galashewski. Faith Hannah Garber. Scott David Garcia. Xavier Josiah Jerome. Dutch Coelho Good. Natalie Ann Greiner. Eden Lene Grosh. Tyler Lee Grove. Nathan Stephen Giuseppe. Malachi Lee Gutschall. Jade Alexandra Haynes. Sarah Michael Ham. Olivia Grace Harms. Sarah May Harner. Taylor Marie Harrison. Kara Elizabeth Heidloff. Hannah Christina Helfrich. Alexia Paige Henry. Holly Ray Herbert. Andrea Michelle Hess. Cole Anderson Hess. Courtney Marie Hess. Callie Elizabeth Hoffer. Jonathan David Holmes. Madison Ruth Hornbaker. Dalton Michael Hulse. Mario Joseph Ippoliti. Hannah Sarah Jenny. Jordell Elijah Jonas. Anthony Michael Jones. Eliezer Bulu Kabumba. Ashton Christopher Cayley. Zachary Ian Carpel. Ryan Anthony Kaufman. Parker Adams Kerr. Landon Scott Keller. Caleb Vincent Kendig. Janelle Marie Kingsborough. Cameron Kinslow. Edward James Kleindienst. Kylie Ann Koenig. Regan Elizabeth Kramer. Erin Ashley Crady. Kinsey Martine Morgan Kreiner. Liam Jared Laffey. Samantha Jean Loudermillick. Marissa Lynn Lawrence. Tate Cordell Lefevre. Joshua Cameron Leidick. Dylan Miles Lenhart.
Gabriella Simone Lewis. Alice Lumia. Jared Robert Mackison. Carol Atef Nose Multi. Brandon Reed Marcello. Jeremiah Anthony Scott Marland. Ryan Allen Matthews. Cole Ray McCabe. Elizabeth Grace McCarty. Nathan Philip McKnight. Morgan Emery McLaughlin. Sean Michael McMillan. Lakin Victoria Merchant. Aaron Patrick Miller. Caleb Matthew Miller. Christiana Beth Miller. Cooper Michael Miller. Alicia Kaylin Montano. Isabel Ann Morrison. Brianna Lakeland Moyer. Acklin Mergason. Andrew Michael Myers. Cameron John Lucas Nauman. Chloe Renee Newlin. Neve Kaylin Newman. Michaela Lynn Ober. Darren James Ortman. Logan Spencer Ortman. Haley Madison Parmer. Trinity M. Patrick. Mason William Pavlik. Alyssa Hope Payne. Noah Mark Pfeiffer. Gina Marie Phillips. Morgan Grace Pickle. Hayden Jacob Piper. Ashton Gary Platt. Samantha Jo Redinger. Caitlin Ann Richards. Aaliyah Janae Rivera. Landon Jack Elijah Robertson. Isaiah Rodriguez. Noah Ross Rohr. Nathan Robert Rue. Nathan Emmett Rue. Jocelyn Rose Schlinkman Minucci. Isabella Scordo. Cheyenne Summer Sensenig. Kylie Rain Settle. Kylie Grace Shane. Gavin Matthew Schaub. Aaliyah Nicole Shelley. Hunter Price Shreve. Isabella Denise Solitti. Dominic Andrew Smith. William Joseph Smith. Sydney Caroline Snyder. Hunter John Soders. John James Spackman. Benjamin Daniel Steck. Jacob Michael Suter.
Taylor Grace Turch. Estelle Lorraine Tom. Casey James Tippett. Cassidy Ann Tomlinson. Aiden Daniel Umholtz. Bryn Elizabeth Updegraff. Kirsten Irene Van Pelt. Sanaya Vasquez. Destiny Walker. Melanie Sue Wallace. Aiden Walsh. Bryce Miko Weaver. Aiden Joseph Weber. Wesley Michael Wamers. Cole Garnett Wheaton. Ty Jacob White. Kylie Grace Wilkinson. Logan Lee Winters. Kaya Ann Wright. Colin Lee Yost. Jasmine Maya Younger. Olivia Robin Zell. Travis Scott Zimmerman. Brianna Emily Zook.
Seniors, can you please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I would like to once again introduce Senior Class President Sophia Floyd for the response of the class of 2023. I highlighted it for you, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the class, I proudly present to you the 2023 graduates of Donegal High School.
At this time, I would ask that you please stand and join the class and the chorus in singing of the Donegal High School alma mater. At the conclusion of the alma mater, I'm going to ask that the graduates remain standing until I dismiss you. We have to wait until our faculty gets in a procession line for you. Guests, I would ask that you remain in the stadium seats until all the graduates have recessed into the center of the football field and have one last opportunity to gather together to celebrate. And they will throw their caps. Following the throwing of caps, family and friends are welcomed to join the graduates on the football field. Ladies and gentlemen, the Donegal High School alma mater.
Donegal is our school, onward to knowledge, victory is our goal. Truth, love, and honor, making our lives complete. Inspiration may we gain from our Donegal. Dear alma mater, Donegal will recall. After we've left the ambitions for us all, into our future memories we will take. Last till all eternity, our dear Donegal.
Faculty, if you could please form a line for our graduates. Seniors, I want you to do me a favor. Please take this opportunity now to check and make sure you were handed the right diploma. I'm just joking. That's a joke. Your diplomas are in the concession stand on the home side of the stadium. So before you leave this evening, I would please ask that you pick those up. Graduates, this is the only thing we didn't rehearse this morning, nor did our faculty, so you're just going to have to make your way through their line into the center of the field. Graduates, you are dismissed.